Hi, welcome. We already know that embedded systems are highly specialized in functioning and are dedicated for a specific application. So thereby it is not possible to replace an embedded system developed for a special application in a specific domain with another embedded system designed for some other application in some other domain. So washing machine is a typical example of an embedded system providing extensive support in home automation applications. People experience the power of embedded systems and enjoy the features and comfort provided by them, but maybe they are totally unaware or ignorant of the intelligent embedded players working behind the products providing them these enhanced features and comfort. So in this video we are going to look into such an application specific embedded system, as I told, washing machine, which is a typical example for that, and I will try to throw some light into the features and the embedded players working behind washing machine. So as we know, embedded system contains sensors, actuators, control units and other application specific user interfaces like keyboards, maybe display units, maybe. So this all is true for washing machine also. Okay, all these components we can see in a washing machine if you have a closer look at it. Or some of them are visible and some of them may not be visible at a look. So connecting with the typical components of an embedded system, we know that an embedded system can have an input part, that is sensor part. So in washing machine, the sensor part consists of water temperature sensor, level sensor, etc. And there will be an actuator part of washing machine which consists of a motorized agitator, tumble tub. Okay, we will talk about this agitator and tub, okay, in detail. Then we have this water drawing pump, inlet valve to control the flow of the water into the unit, etc. Then we have this control part which contains a controller unit, okay, or an PCB board with interfaces to these sensors and actuators. So in general how it works we know. So in general how it works is the sensor data is going to fed back signals to the control unit, and the control unit is going to generate the required inputs to the actuator. So this control unit is responsible for providing connectivity to user interfaces like keypad, okay, for setting washing time maybe, or selecting which type of cloth you are going to wash that particular time or day. Okay, so you have an options of selecting light duty, medium duty, heavy duty, etc. also. Okay, and all these feedbacks can be displayed through a display unit, maybe an LED which is connected to the control board. So these things we already know about a washing machine. Okay, so if you try to look into the functional block diagram of a washing machine, then you can see that the integrated control panel plays a major role okay, in communicating the operation with the user. So let us directly go to the functional block diagram. So as you can see that on the top of the washing machine, okay, the design of the washing machine will change from company to company, okay, so doesn't matter. So I am just giving you a general picture of it. So integrated control panel with a user interface may be, okay, somewhere here on the top of the washing machine, okay, where this panel will consist of the microcontroller based board, okay, with all input output interfaces, and there will be a control algorithm running in it. Okay, so this input interface basically includes the keyboard or keypad which consists of wash type selector. Okay, you can select whether to wash the cloth, spin it, rinse it. So all this selector will be there, and as I mentioned, there will be cloth type selector also, light, medium, heavy, okay, and other washing time settings, etc. also. All will be available in this integrated control panel, and this is, if you have a close look at a washing machine, this is what you are going to see. So these things are visible. Then you have this output interface, okay, which is basically LED or LCD displays. Okay, so all this, so this keypad will be placed on this integrated control panel. So this is a vague picture of how the keypad will look like. You have all this start button, then light, medium, heavy, okay, whatever you want to do, the timing, setting, all that. So you have this keypad in integrated control panel, okay, and you have this LED display also there. Okay, so I say that this part is input part and this part is output part. Now, other than that, okay, there are so many other sensors which are not visible for the user, like water level sensor. Okay, it will be placed inside the tub. Okay, so there can be an inner tub and outer tub, basically. So okay, so because that will help in rinsing the cloth also. So you have this water level sensor inside the inner tub. Okay, then there is water outlet. Okay, even in an automatic washing machine, even water outlet can be controlled using a sensor. Then you will have this temperature sensor, okay, which measures, okay, all modern washing machines have this temperature sensor which maintains the temperature of the water inside that. Okay, because that is required, because when you have continuous agitation, the water temperature may increase, and that is not good for the life of the cloth as well. So all these we have to taken care. So we have embedded units sitting in this washing machine, okay, taking care of all this. Okay, we may not be aware of it, but being an embedded system a learner, okay, or a beginner to learn this, it's better to know what are the functions of each. Okay, so this functional diagram, I believe, has given you some sort of idea how a washing machine looks like, okay, or what are the functional embedded units present in the washing machine. So if I have an inside out look into it, I can have comes in, like, washing machine comes in different designs, like top loading, front loading, etc. So the left hand side is a top loading machine and right hand side is a front loading machine. So as we already discussed, agitator is one of the major parts. So this is the agitator, okay, which is sitting inside the tub. As you can see here, this is the tub, okay, this is inner tub and this is outer tub, and this agitator sitting here. So in top loading models, the agitator of the machine, okay, is going to twist back and forth, and basically it pulls the cloth down, then later pushes the cloth up. So that's how it cleans the cloth. Okay, so basically it is agitating the cloth within the tub. So the cloth is going to travel top and bottom of the tub. But when it comes to front loading machines, okay, as you can see here, there will not be any agitator in front loading machines. So this inner tub is going to continuously rotate, okay, in different fashion. So the clothes will be basically tumbled and plunged in the water filled in the tub over and over. Okay, so this is how we achieve washing in front loading machines. Okay, so as you can see, washing has different phases. Okay, the simple wash, then you have this spin wash, okay, then you have there's rinsing. So whatever it is, usually by in spinning, the rotations per minute will be in several hundreds, like maybe 800 rpm or 1500 rpm. There are washing machines coming with 1600 rpm also. Okay, so there are a lot of research going to improve the cleansing of the cloth anyway, but in general you have this spin phase where the speed of the motor will be increased a lot. Okay, so all this can be configured using the user interface panel, where you have these buttons to do that. So I hope the main difference between front loading and top loading machine is clear. If so, let us watch this video to get more idea about the structural being of this front loading machine. So these will be a titanium alloy. Okay, it will be the tub will be placed at some angle that will help us in easy loading and unloading of the clothes. And particular washing machine which I am taking in this video has capacity up to 11 kg. So it comes in various capacity also, 7 kg, 10 kg, like that. And we know that aesthetic is one of the premium characteristic of an embedded system. So aesthetics is also very important. And as we told, the temperature, so a constant temperature has to be maintained. So there will be fiberglass insulations as well to maintain this temperature. And they claim that they have innovative designs, okay, for fabric. Then you have this digitally controlled brushless inverter motor, so that will help for the smooth cloth load distribution inside the tub also. Okay, so this, as I told you, I am repeating that these designs will vary from company to company. Okay, so you can have this 1600 revolutions per minute also, as I mentioned already. Okay, then you have this water pumps, you have this pumping of water into the tub also. So this is how water gets into the tub. Okay, so this brushless inverter motor helps in quiet functioning. Okay, there will be soundproof cabinet also. Okay, so that you have this silent working of the washing machine. Okay, when the tub is spinning at 1500 rpm or so, it produces a lot of noise because it's made up of metal. So you have this enough sound proofing cabinet provided such that this sound doesn't reach us. So looking at, so this is how the front panel looks like. So you can have all this control here on the front panel, and this is the water level switch. Okay, so there is another switch here. Okay, so you can load the cloth, and the moment you load the clothes and close this, then see this door switch is closed, and the control gets the water level switch, water temperature switch. Okay, I'll just repeat it. So the power goes like this: water level switch, water temperature switch, then the inlet valve. Okay, then once the water is filled, the switch is shifted to the motor and motor gets the power. So all these are automated, so the motor gets the power. Okay, now once the motor gets power, it is necessary to control the motor. So every washing machine will have a motor control board, okay, which will be controlling the operation of the motor. So as you can see, this will be the starter of the tub motor, and this will be the rotor. So this rotor casing will be sitting into the starter, and this is how it works, okay, when the supply is given. So this is connected through a belt to the primary mover, okay, which is controlled by the main controller. So whenever this main controller receives the supply, okay, it takes the feedback also. So this is the main controller. So once these things are happening, using the control, you can wash it, okay, spin it, rinse it. Okay, after all that, we know that once the washing is over, we have to drain it. Okay, for draining the water from the tub, there is requirement of another pump. So we call it as a drain pump. So this drain pump will be working, and you will push out the water. So I hope after watching this video, you got some idea of how a washing machine works and which are the embedded units which supports the most important home automation application, that is washing machine. Thank you for watching.